Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for this tutorial. Today I'll be teaching you how to make the knitted double seed stitch. It's super versatile and super cute and great for many projects. So come with me and let's get started. Hi and welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today for this tutorial. As a lot of you know, I took a little bit of a break. I've had a lot of work that I've had to do, and so I have had to put YouTube on the back burner for a little while. So anyway, I'm back and I'm going to start teaching some more stitch tutorials for the summer. And the one thing I like about this particular stitch is that you can make pretty much anything with it. As long as you know the dimensions that you need in width and in length, then you can make anything you want. So I actually started making a scarf with this, and let me show you really quickly what it looks like. This is called the double seed stitch. Some people call it the double moss stitch. I guess it just depends on where you're from. But anyway, this is what it basically looks like here. The type of pattern that you will wind up with. You have the bumps here and then the indents here. These are your knits, these are your purls here. And in my last video, I taught you guys how to make the regular seed stitch. In this one, I'm going to be teaching you how to make the double seed stitch. And I love this stitch so much because it's versatile and there's a lot you can do with it. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, I'm actually using size 13, also 9.0 millimeter needles by Knit Picks. These are my absolute favorite needles for a larger yarn. And I'm using a Lion Brand Thick and Quick. I'm not sure, I think it's either a size 5 or a size 6 weight yarn. In any case, you can use, for this tutorial, since it's just practice and learning, you can use any size yarn and any size needles that you want, just so that you can get the basic gist of how the stitch is made. And that's really all that matters at this point. So let's go ahead and make our first slip stitch so that we can put it on our needle. This, if you're right-handed, the right-handed needle is going to be your working needle. If you're left-handed, the left-handed is going to be your working needle. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you guys remember, I taught you in a few videos back how to do a knitted cast on. And the way you do that is you go up underneath like you're going to knit. And you go up underneath that leg there, pretending like this is already a stitch. You're going to bring your yarn around the working needle between the two needles, and then you're going to take the working needle down until you come through there and you see this little piece of yarn here. You're pulling that up, and then you're going to pull that out. Now what's going to happen is it's going to make it long, so you can take the non-working needle and go up underneath the leg of this stitch you've just created. And then you're going to pull the working needle out. And then you're going to go ahead and close it down. And that is going to give you a new stitch. We're going to continue to do this. I'll show you one more time for those of you that are new. Otherwise, you can also reference the video that I teach this on. So you go up underneath the leg, come around the working needle between the two needles with your yarn. Bring the working needle down until the tip of it catches that yarn under there, and then you have that yarn coming through. Pull that out until you have a loop. Take the non-working needle, go up under the leg of the loop, and then drop the loop onto the stitch and close it down. And that is how you're going to do every single one. We're going to do 10 stitches here, and that will give us enough to practice with. So go ahead and make 10, and I will see you then. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so how this pattern works is that the first 2 stitches are knitted, the next 2 are purled, and then 2 knits, 2 purls, and then ending with 2 knits. So let's go ahead and make 2 knit stitches. 1, 2, and right now I'm just using an English version of knitting where the way I'm holding my yarn. I don't normally knit like this, but today I'm going to, so I can show you this a little bit easier for myself. And then we're going to do 2 purls, and so the purl goes this way, So it goes to the side under that front leg, and then you're going to come around the working needle with your yarn, and then you're going to pop that yarn up underneath there like that and pop it off. Okay, so now you have a purl stitch, as long as your yarn is in the front. See, when we were knitting, it was back here. For purling, you have to have it in the front. And then make another purl stitch, and then you're done. Now you take your yarn in the back, and we're going to make 2 knit stitches. 1, 2, and then 2 purl stitches. Bring your yarn in the front. 1, 2, and then ending with 2 knit stitches. 1 and 2. All right, and now we're going to turn the work around. All right, so now what we're going to do with this row is that what you see here, let me see if I can explain this to you guys so you understand what you're looking at. If you're new to knitting, this is going to be something you're going to have to learn, so this will be very helpful for you. You see how that looks like there's 2 lumps going sideways here, and then there's 2, it looks like empty spots here. They're different. These are your purl stitches, and these are your knit stitches. 2 purls, 2 knits, 2 purls. On the other side, when we started out, we did 2 knits, we did 2 purls. There's those 2 sideways stitches, and then you have 2 knits, 2 purls, and 2 knits. On the back of your knit stitches are purls. Okay, so when you're knitting, you're creating purl stitches on the opposite side of those same stitches. So now what we're going to do is, because we want to have a double seed stitch, we're going to go ahead and copy what we see here. So if we have purls here, we're going to go ahead and purl these 2. And if we have knits here, we're going to knit them. And we're going to do that across. So making sure to have your yarn in the front. You want to make 2 purl stitches here. 1, oops, and 2. And then we want to have 2 knit stitches next. 1 and 2. And then we're going to have 2 purl stitches. 2 knit stitches. And then end with 2 purls. Okay. So basically on this side what we just did is we knitted what we saw. So we saw 2 purls, we purled. We saw 2 knits, we knitted. And then we did that across. Now on this side we're going to do the exact opposite of that. So what we're going to do, making sure of course that the yarn is in the front, because these 2 knits right here we are going to purl. So go ahead and make 2 purl stitches, and then yarn in the back, and then these 2 purl stitches we're going to knit. 1 and 2. And now we're going to bring the yarn in the front, and we're going to purl these 2 knit stitches. And then we're going to put the yarn in the back, and we're going to knit these 2 purls. And we're going to bring the yarn in the front, and then we're going to finalize this row with 2 purl stitches where our knit stitches are. Okay. And then we turn the work around, and then once again we knit what we see. So we have 2 knits here, 2 purls, 2 knits, 2 purls, and 2 knits. So therefore we're going to knit the knits and purl the purls. So making sure that your yarn is in the back for the purl stitch, or for the knit stitches, we're going to make 2 knit stitches. And then we're going to make 2 purl stitches. Yarn in the back, knit 2, yarn in the front, purl 2, yarn in the back, and knit the last 2. So right here is what your rows will look like. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this if you'd like to. You can keep this, practice the rows as I have them written here, and then that way you can continue to practice. Now, you're going to repeat this every row. You can make a scarf, you can make a hat, whatever you like using this particular stitch. Everything that the stitch is used for, it makes it turn out beautifully. And the nice thing about it too is that the stitches are nice and dense. They're thick enough, but they're also tight enough to where air won't get through. And if you're trying to make a blanket out of it, this is a perfect stitch for a blanket. Throws, shawls, although I would use, for a shawl, I would use a much thinner yarn and much smaller needles. However, this stitch is very versatile. You can make bags with it. It's really great. So I hope you guys like this video today. If you have any questions about this video or how this pattern is done, please leave me a comment below. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you can get all of the next videos that I'm bringing to you throughout the year. And I hope everybody's staying safe out there and everybody's healthy and well. Until next time, guys, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and for all the latest updates on future projects, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the handle @FiberTheory. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for all future project notifications. Have a great day.